In F1 2019, you'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
What up guys, and welcome to my F1 2019 career mode, as we're going to get into the F2, the new F2 series that they introduced in this year's game. And our academy that we are picking is Ferrari, and we are going to get into the first scenario.
New driver really commanding the racing. Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Looks like an issue with the turbo. You've lost some speed at the top end, but you're very close to the finish. You can still compete and get some points here. Don't give up. Just do the best you can. We're all behind you.
With us losing the turbo, we're going to be a sitting duck for Vaver behind us, our teammate, as we come into this slow third sector. And there's really no point of putting up a fight really against him. He's with our turbo being gone or down or out or whatever it actually is, it's not working. We're gonna be a sitting duck, as the engineer said in the top, top sheet as we track a stint, and he's already down our inside and kind of just squeezed it out, and we're gonna for a second be side by side, but again with the turbo he's going to just pull away with DRS as we go into the first corner, and we get it a little bit better, and we hit him in the back for a good measure. Maybe a little bump draft, you never know. Surprised that didn't take off our wing. As we cut here to lap 35, is again we're in the tight twisty section. We get on that curb a lot and it turned us a lot. We half spun and we're gonna lose, was that 4 positions, and we're losing the back end, and there's a car behind us, and we are again with the turbo we're gonna be a sitting duck for that car behind us as we come down towards the back the front straight, and he's pretty far behind, but again with the turbo he's going to easily catch up with probably DRS he has to help him, as we're going to go defensive down here into turn 1 and lock up on the right front, but able to keep our position. And as we come down here to the very last lap of the Grand Prix, we brake heavily, lock up again, and this time just cut turn 1 and get a corner cut it. Lucky not to get a penalty. But what this does is allow us to get a massive run here on the BWT car, as he's going to go defensive and we're just going to cut back on him, and we're going to have the outside here, and we're going to lock up on the left front this time, and he's going to cut right in front of us, pretty aggressive, as we come to the inside and try to outbrake him, lock up again, and this time the gravel is waiting for us, and we almost spun it again, and we almost get we kind of got hit on the second car, but the first car nearly hit us. We're gonna have DRS, and the 2 cars out in front are fighting, and maybe we can take one of them here, coming back into the slow third sector of the track around Catalunya, as we get very, very close and try to not spin on that curb again. And right now we're trying to pick who will end up being in the better spot, and it looks like right here we got on the power a little aggressive, but we kind of forced them out wide, and we're going to end up finishing 11th. Pretty disappointing since we were 7th.
Bad luck. It just wasn't our day today.
It's been coming for a while, this one. What an excellent win for Dams. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
I think what won them the race was their ability to adapt. At every point, they delivered what was needed. They were calm and steady when they needed to be, but they were ruthless and aggressive when it was demanded of them. There wasn't anything out there that they weren't prepared to handle. Let's see if they can keep it up this season.
And I can see our drivers making their way out now. It's been a sublime team performance, and it's the culmination of a lot of hard work. Dams are your winners today. And now, let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Devon Butler, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Alessio Lorandi. Very clean, very smooth. I can be really pleased with that one.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams Championship. Dams move to the top of the table. Goodbye for now then, but we really are just getting started. Make sure you join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
There you are. That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview. Okay, we're all set over here. Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great. So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here. Turn a little this way for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective. So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so how did you feel about being ordered to give up the position to Lucas? Great. Well, that's everything.
Hey, look. I know that wasn't easy letting me pass, but it was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
Watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation was reversed, he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself. No one else will.
Devon Butler, charming as ever, as we move on to the next scenario.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact. Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Don't give up. You're still in this race.
As we start the next scenario of the F2 Championship here at Austria, as you saw from the cutscene, Butler cut us off and took off our front wing, which forced us to stop and get a new front wing and also get super softs on.
Okay, the stewards have awarded Devon a penalty. Push on. You can still catch him. You can still beat him.
As you heard from the engineer, Butler is getting a penalty for his reckless driving, and which will help us get an opportunity to catch him up and pass him and help the championship table. As we move along here to lap 36, as we're catching up to Guntner, as we lock up the right front, go wide, and get back in the racing line quickly, as we're going to have a DRS down the front stretch. And I don't think we'll have an opportunity to make a move down here in turn 1, but it should help us with this this side stretch, and we're going to easily clear him coming down here into turn, I guess it's technically turn 3 because this is turn 2, which this will make it turn 3 down the hairpin, and we go way wide, and we're going to just accelerate off and just hope the stewards don't see our blind. As we move here to lap 39, as we finally caught up to this group of where Butler in, and we have Dupree here to deal with, and then Butler's ahead of him, and we stuck it in the throttle here, went a little wide, but was able to get a good run and come down to the inside, and we're going to outbrake him coming in this corner, lock up slightly, which will put us in prime opportunity to pass Butler down that side stretch, the straight after the side stretch, the straight after this one, as he's attacking the car in front of him, of Mary, and we lock up and hit him, and he's just going really slow for some reason. We got a really good run, and we may be able to attack Mary as well down here into turn 3, as he's going to go defensive. We're going to go right around and slightly hang, and looks like we're going to get better drive off and get DRS for good measure down here into turn 4. As we come along here, Lando Norris has won the race for Carlton. As we come around here to the 3rd sector and come down here to the second to last corner, make sure we get it hit the apex with the last corner, and we're come across the line to finish 7th. Nice recovery drive after having to make a pit stop with 5 laps to go.
A great win then for the Carlin team today. So, Davide, what did you make of that?
Well, it was a bit of a roller coaster, I think. There will be a lot of cheering for today's win. Frankly, I'm amazed that Devon Butler only received a penalty for that collision early. But watching the rival he knocked out actually come back and beat him, that made this whole race worthwhile for me.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. After this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the driver's table. It was not the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Roberto Meri. Was probably one of his best drivers of the season, and I was very impressed.
On to the teams then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. There was also a strong showing from the Russian time team today as they make their way up the standings. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon? I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of your championship chances? Appreciate your time.
Ah, I was looking for you. Well, what can I say? I guess there's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all racers deserve, because you don't deserve it, neither of you do. That was the dirtiest driving I've ever seen.
Ridiculous.
I thought exactly. I'm taking my line, and I get smashed into? I'm fine, by the way, thanks for asking me. And then, I'm penalized for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine, but winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready for the press briefing.
So here we are in Abu Dhabi. Each and every event in the Formula 2 calendar has led us here to this, the final event of the championship, and one that promises to be a spectacle every bit as exciting as we might have hoped. So the Yas Island circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt. Joining me for one last time here this year is Davide Valsecchi. Davide, I'm glad you're here, because I think I'm going to need help processing all this. Surely, this is as exciting as it gets.
Yeah, you're right, Alex. It's the perfect finale. 2 drivers, rivals of season, now going into the final race tied on points. Both way out in front at the top of the standings, meaning whichever of these 2 drivers cross the line first will be crowned champion. I can't wait.
Okay, this is it. Last race of the season. All you have to do is finish in the points ahead of Devon, and the next time we see each other, you'll be the F2 World Champion. No pressure then. Good luck.
As the lights get ready to go out here, as it's the last race of the season, and whoever finishes ahead wins the championship. As we get off here, it's a pretty bad start as we come down here to turn 1, and we're going to kind of stay to the inside here and kind of shove out the car to the right. As we're going to come out here towards the S's and try to get a good run down here towards the bottom of the hill. Try to make sure we don't run into the back of Norris. Come pretty close, and we actually tagged him a little bit. So come to the hairpin, we're going to make a quick lunge, and he kind of just turns in, slash, we kind of dive bombed him. As now it's a race of who can get in the slipstream of Deprave. as he's kind of gaining a little bit. He's gaining. He's not really making a move. He's just sitting there, as we're going to be really late on the brakes and get really close to debris here. Because we're going to go wide and try to get back on the track. Here's we come down this backstretch, thinking maybe about a move here, maybe a dive bomb. And we're going to go for it. And we managed to slip through, and that puts us within 2 spots of Butler with Waver as our teammate separating us as we come down here on lap 2 down the back stretch. And it looks like Weber is gaining on Butler here. Maybe not for a move, but he's really getting, and we're really just getting really close to these cars down here at the first braking zone, in which is going to help us setting up for dive bombs down the second the second straight here. As he's gonna, looks like he's gonna defend, but we're gonna come down inside and outbrake ourselves into Butler, and that's really not what I really meant to do, and I really didn't want to win like that, even though Butler's a bit of a prick. I didn't really want to win like that. So, and it looks like it kind of helped us anyways, because we got Weber ended up ahead of Butler here down into these terrible third sector of Abu Dhabi here. Is we're going through the S's in the first sector and kind of bunny hop over the curb there and kind of force Butler to go a little bit defensive into here. Try to set up for that back stretch here. And we go way too deep, trying to angle up the hairpin. Went way too deep, which is going to give us a half decent run down the straight here with DRS against Butler, and we're gaining on him a lot here. And it looks like he's going to go defensive, and we're going to have to go around the outside. And we managed to outbrake him. Can we stay on the track? It looks like it, as we kind of just chopped him off to make sure he couldn't stick it around the outside. As we come around here for the final lap of the race, and this will be our fastest lap, and if nothing goes wrong, will make us a world champion of F2, as we bunny hop again over that curb coming down here in the first sector. And we've been gaining on this section, on this front pack, for the last 3.5 laps here as we come down the back stretch. The thing is, can we overtake Weber even though we don't need to, and that we're ahead of Butler? As we come down here towards this little Minnie Mouse terrible third sector. It's just awful. As we go under the hotel, which should not be the main attraction of Abu Dhabi, but it doesn't really matter the aesthetics as long as we walk away with the championship. And if we can make it and not throw it away somehow in this last corner, which we will do, and we are champions of F2.
Well done, good finish. You stepped up and achieved what we asked. Good job.
It's been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great sporting events, and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 world champion. And an incredible win for Campos. Brilliant performance. Talk to me, Davide. Was it everything you hoped for?
Everything and more. He had it all. The rival, the tension, the excitement. These two drivers have been locked in fierce competition all season. And to see it comes down to head-to-head battle for the line like this, well, this kind of things doesn't happen very often. Devon put in a good performance throughout the championship, but today the accolade goes to his rival and the new Formula 2 champion.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title. Congratulations to our winner after an incredible season. There's been a lead change at the top of the championship after a superb performance. Now then, Davide Valsecchi, who would you say was your driver of the day?
I think it has to be Maximilian Günther. He got the strategy spot on and consistently at the pace to come through as well.
And the title is in the bag for ART after a long and hard-fought season. They've done astonishingly well this year, and the glory they'll be taking back home is fully deserved. Meanwhile, good work from Campos this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. And after all that excitement, I think it's time for a lie down. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
First of all, congratulations. You must be thrilled. Wow, you're the driver's champion. How does it feel? So that was a thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Wow, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to comment? Appreciate your time.
Congratulations, mate. F2 champion.
Hey, congratulations. Enjoy it, because it's the last time it will ever happen.
Devin, it's okay to be upset. You came very close.
Hey, we know things would have turned out very differently if I didn't get slapped with that ridiculous penalty.
What is it with you and complaining?
Look, somehow you managed to do a lot of things right today. That's great. You needed the win, I didn't. For me, this was always just a stepping stone to F1. Oh, you two. You got your work out for you now that I'm gone. See, you're going to have to prove to everyone it was more than just luck that got you here.
Sure. Winning one race is luck. Winning the championship is talent.
Really? Next time you use that incredible talent to ram into someone and steal all their points, remember they won't be as forgiving as I am. Well, this has been a lot of fun. I gotta run. Things to sign, important paperwork and all that. I'm sure you understand. Ciao!
So, with this big win, you're going to be getting a lot of interest. All I can say is choose wisely, or else you might end up with someone like Devin as your teammate. Come on, let's go celebrate.
Ah, welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. It's time we had the big conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula One teams. Some of it more positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula One seat.
As we have chosen the Ferrari Academy, even though you can pick, really, it doesn't really matter which academy you choose. We are going to pick, well, it's not Rich Energy anymore, but it's Haas for our team to start
From my conversations with them,
with in Season 1 of F1 2019.
I'll have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.